I need to apologize. I used to lightheartedly make fun of Canadians. Sure, they're nice and all, but they're also pretty smug know-it-alls. I once had a Canadian tell me that their schools are so much better than schools in the United States that your average Canadian knows more about U.S. history than your average U.S. citizen. Okay, that is true, but it is pretty mean to say it out loud. Well, it is me that owes Canadians an apology. On July 23rd, 2026, I came across a press conference with Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, and the head of each Canadian province. Not only does Mr. Carney answer questions in 2 languages, watch what happens when Maria Sarrouh from CTV accuses him of lying. He thanked her for her question. He does not attack her appearance. He does not attack her Arabic heritage. He does not call her stupid. He does not suggest she smile. He does not attack her employer. But what he does do is calmly and carefully dismantle her accusation with a coherent outline of the facts. I am so jealous of you, Canada.
Next question.
Maria Sarrouh, CTV News. For the Prime Minister, you told CTV News explicitly on July 12 that the splitting of profits or net revenue with the U.S. from the Gordy Howe Bridge would only happen after accounting for the debt of the bridge, but that's not what the text of the new deal says. So, was that a lie, and were you downplaying your concessions to Trump?
Thank you for the question. First, let's be clear about what the deal is and isn't with respect to the bridge. And the first thing is, this is a good deal. This is a good deal for Canadian businesses, workers. It's a good deal for the future of our commerce with them. Put in context, there is about $300 billion a year of trade on the land link between Michigan and Ontario. And Premier Ford knows every dime of that trade. He's got it tracked. So $300 billion, a huge amount of trade. So this creates an important link, and it's an absolute, it's an engineering marvel, and it's a testament to the workers who created it. So that's. Secondly, the underlying agreement between Canada and Michigan remains in place. That's the underlying full text, weighty agreement. I'm illustrating the thickness of that agreement. It's in the public domain. Under that agreement, there is no splitting of tolls under that agreement, which is what I was referring to, perhaps imperfectly, but there's no splitting of tolls under that agreement until all of the debt is repaid, debt from Canada. For reference, and it depends on how much traffic and, there's various sensitivities, but for reference, that's about 50 years. It takes about 50 years for that to kick in. In parallel with this, there is an agreement in principle, which was published earlier this week, between Canada and the United States. And under that agreement, there is a sharing of net revenues after operating expenses, various other expenses, not including debt repayment. That's, I should have been clearer, that's referred to in the Michigan agreement with respect to tolls, but that is under the parallel agreement. But the sharing of proceeds with the United States goes into economic development that would support traffic ultimately on the bridge. So there's an alignment of incentives. The combination of that agreement and the sharing under that, it is a very marginal impact on the overall economics. Okay, very marginal, because it takes time for traffic to ramp up, there's various costs, there's various sharing, it gets fed back in. And to put it in order of magnitude, it's less than 5% in present value of the overall cost of developing the bridge. So that's the overall what it is, what it isn't. And yeah, could I have explained it better on a Sunday morning at Stampede? Yeah, with a cowboy hat on? Yes, I could have explained it better. And I explained it better in London, Ontario at GDLS, but I appreciate the opportunity. And Premier Ford.